Hello, hello. Testing, testing. Still have some audio issues, but they're better than last time. And I got a few minutes, well, probably 90 minutes to kill before I have to go run an errand. So I thought I'd start up a quick little synth pub for anyone who's still up late, wants to hang out. Why is this link not working? Come on. No, I forgot to turn off that stupid heart thing. God, I hate that thing. Always blocks the chat you need the most at the bottom. What's up, John? Feel free to jump in if you want to pin the StreamYard thing. Audio or video or whatever. We're streaming live to Twitch, YouTube, and Instagram. Unfortunately, Instagram, after an hour, has a hard cut for some dumb reason. So. All right, let's see if anyone showed up on Instagram. Hey, somebody's there. Let's see if my chat comes through this time. There's a problem with Instagram chat. StreamYard is supposed to aggregate all the chats that are live as part of the streams. But it does Twitch, from what I can understand, but it doesn't do Instagram. So far, I'm just getting YouTube only. Stupid thing. Technology. You gotta love it. So I'm at the tail end of my Namthrax, finally just about gone. Just a little bit of coughing here and there. Talk about a persistent bugger. All right, so that's working. That's working. I'm not going to bother checking Twitch because it always works. So all I will actually I'll quickly check and see if the Twitch chat goes through. I thought it did, but let's have a look here. Okay, so there's my thing. Let's see what the chat is doing here. Okay, remember to mute all these video streams. I get crosstalk. That's from Twitch. Okay, so my Twitch chat is coming through. Good. So the aggregate's working for Twitch chat and YouTube chat, but not Instagram chat. Another stupid thing about Instagram, if you guys haven't tried this, is you have to get the stream key manually from Instagram, paste it into the item you added in the StreamYard every time you start a stream. And it also expires after an hour. You got to go do that again if you want to keep the stream going. You got to restart it on that one channel. And also doesn't aggregate the chat, which is really stupid. So and I'm sure this is not a Facebook issue because I'm sure it was doing this before Facebook bought them, but In any case, Instagram is horrible at handling media with weird picture formats and landscape modes. Like if you use weird, what it considers weird proportions, it doesn't let you post. Doesn't even tell you what you did wrong. It just doesn't post it. And the video formats are weird too. It's kind of a nightmare. But I have more people in Instagram than I have in that stupid Twitter, which I hate using anyway. So I get 3 allocated slots for my level of StreamYard. So I just use the 3: YouTube, Instagram, and Twitch. Okay. What kind of trouble can I get into? I was going to last time I did a fun little MIDI thing with the little recorder Bluetooth MIDI controller flute thing. And this time I was going to try using the Artiphon Chorda. It's basically their Orba stretched out into a line. It's a combination of Orba and Instrument One into a little pad controller for local use with a speaker and a synth engine, which has an app, and also MIDI control, Bluetooth MIDI control. So let me find my pairing combo here, which is Mio to camera connection kit. This is a weird one that has extra stuff on it. To iPhone. To the other end goes to whatever synth you want. And then the use a program called, did I leave it open here? Let's see. Here it is. Use a program called MidiFlow, which looks like this, which is, of course, not going to show up in this weird. Oh, it's bleached out. It's all white. Real cheap app called MidiFlow, very useful, and it lets you route MIDI inside your iOS device. So input will be set to the paired Bluetooth device. Output set to the Mio. Mio plugged into the input of a synth. So I'll go back to my PolyEvolver again, because it worked out well last time. Is it still plugged in? I think I left it plugged in. I did not. No, I have to correct that. Where's my audio connector here? I've got a, just to make it easier, I use the headphone jack. Which, bear with me while I plug this in. Cable's too short. Spoke too soon. It's already good. I just didn't see the cable routing. A little distorted there. Let's tweak that. Tweak the audio settings. What's up, Steve? Jump in on the chat if you want. Put the link in there. I'm only going to be here for like another hour plus because I've got to run a few errands. So I'm just killing time to run some errands. Let me fix my audio. Echo cancellation, automatically adjust on stereo, so this sounds better and it's not all crunchy. Okay, it's not super clean, but it's better. Quickly toggle off this. Actually, wait a minute. Yeah, I don't have the reduction thing turned on. It's only got a slight hum this time. That's cool. Alright, so my audio problem is less this time by default. Just a slight hum. Alright, so I'm going to hook up the Mio to PolyEvolver. The other end goes into the iPhone. Okay. And then I set the output of this to Mio. Okay. Why'd you go to Gadget? Mio. There we go. And now let's pair this guy. Turn it on. Let it start up. It should pair. Make sure Bluetooth is running correctly. And if you guys are using Bluetooth on iOS and you're having trouble finding the device, sometimes it doesn't show up in the gear under Bluetooth. And it's actually controlled by the app itself. So what I do is I use another app called BLE. Let me find it here. BLE. It's called BLE MIDI. It's a little blue icon with a MIDI port and a B. And that is a quick and dirty Bluetooth low energy MIDI device search thing. Just find everything that's available to connect. And then I just go to, and it's finding tons of stuff on here because I have so many things installed, but to connect BLE MIDI, Artiphon Chorda, connecting, connected. So now, without any more adjustments, wirelessly should be able to play the PolyEvolver with this. Let me change it to, oh, yeah, it should be alright. Let me turn off the arpeggiator. Okay, that's the percussion mode. That's the bass mode, chord mode. Okay, so this is all sound coming off the Chorda, but I'm not getting proper MIDI routing. What's going on here? Let's see here. So, Chorda. Probably wasn't synced well with the MIDI routing app. So now, there you go. You hear the speaker and the synth at the same time. And it's sending vibrato when I go up. Yeah, it's supposed to. Maybe it's not set to do that. So now I can turn this volume down. it says an arpeggiator, so the MIDI arpeggiator should work. Okay. It's not tracking beautifully because, you know, I'm just winging it. I'm sure there's some fine tuning you can make it better, but you get the idea. So another wireless MIDI device that you can play leads, play chords, do percussion, as well as just do basic MIDI control. So turn the ARP off. Change the preset here. That's stuck on. I don't want that turned on. There we go. I'll turn the ARP off, and then I can. That's kind of a and this should, using the similar to the Rolly keyboard, the slide function. Yeah, it's not really doing it, but I should be able to at least get the vibrato out of the key movement. And there's a strum plate here too. And you can tap the strum as well. Looks like we've got a MIDI panic situation here. I forgot where MIDI panic is on the PolyEvolver, so here we go. Power switch. See if it reconnects everything. No, looks like I have to reconnect. Come on, find it again. Gotta go back to BLE. Reconnect it. MidiFlow. Okay. Now it's remapped. Supposedly. Oh. I lost the Mio. Where'd the Mio go? So show up. That's pretty crazy. Alright, basic synth sound. Got the strum. Bass note is set to monophonic, so it's doing the interruption thing. We'll switch it back to the lead note. The preset might actually be monophonic. Okay, so get the idea. Another MIDI controller. Welcome, welcome others here. Hello, James. Hey, look who it is. Hello.
Oops.
Is this Donkey Dave?
Yes.
What's going on?
Oh, I'm on the twice. Oh shit.
You got two connections.
Fuck.
You're that powerful. You take up two connections. Uh-oh. Actually works pretty well going the other direction. Slide down the note. Some nice modulation in there, filtery stuff. He's back.
All right, there we go. Yeah, I think I opened the. Oh, you don't care.
Oh wait, even better. I forgot this is an accelerometer.
What is that, Andy?
Check this out. Hold on. Yeah, let's use the accelerometer. This is the Artiphon Chorda. So they had instrument one, which is guitar-like. Then they had the Orbo, which is the little round puck thing. And they basically took the two ideas, smashed it into one, and instead of the ring of stuff, they straightened it out into this Chorda. So it's Bluetooth, it's standard local stuff with 4 layers, just like the Orba. You can even load your own samples on here with the preset manager on the iOS app. You can build your own presets finally, which is really cool, even with samples. But as the MIDI controller, right now I had the volume turned off. It's not doing anything locally off the speaker or output. And it's just a MIDI controller. So I'm in the layer 4, which is the lead mode. The chord mode, so you can do more than just monophonic stuff. The bass is more like a lead mode. It's just a monophonic thing. But what's cool is I forgot there's an accelerometer on here. So I thought some of the patches on the Orba and even on this one, you can move your finger up and down and get like a slide function that the Lowly Seaboard has where it does a timbre change.
Yeah, cool.
Blend. But you can also wiggle on the key itself and it does vibrato. But I forgot, I was moving it around and I forgot it has accelerometer. So that's what that little wow thing is.
Cool.
Yeah.
Now, is it hard to use? And it's such a stupid question, but is it hard to use that Bluetooth in a live setting, like with people around? Does it get?
Well, that's always the question, right? Which is why, like, guitar wireless forever has been actual radio.
Yeah.
So you never know until you start mucking around with it, and obviously you'd have to go to the venue, test it.
Yeah.
Test it again, test it before your gig starts. Keep testing it, and have some kind of a backup thing because anything wireless, either it's microphones, MIDI, any kind of audio stuff, it's always questionable, right? So it's
okay. That's figured.
I mean, even something as simple you take for granted like 5G when I was at NAMM.
Yeah.
And 1 year 4G worked perfectly. The next year 5G or probably even 4G didn't work well at all. And the venue didn't change. So it could have been any kind of interference. Who knows? So
I feel like that missing link has that same problem. The want the Eurorack thing where you can connect it. So I think I was thinking of that. So I figured it's probably going to be the same kind of problems where people just can, you need to isolate your channel somehow, which is problematic when you get out in the open with everybody's phones and bullshit.
Yeah, because I've been to bars in San Francisco where there's a guitar player playing his wireless pack on his guitar, and it's some kind of radio system. And it's beautiful. There's no interference whatsoever. Then you have the famous scene in Spinal Tap where he's at the Air Force Base. So,
yeah, right on.
Anything can happen, especially in a place like that with high energy transmissions and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
You probably don't want to go near an airport or Air Force Base or any of that kind of stuff.
The only reason
or a radio station,
Yeah. I mean, that thing's cool because it's got the Bluetooth and it's got the accelerometer, like you said. And I was thinking, that'd be cool in the live setting. And then I'm like, but
it has little feet, so you can put it down. It almost looks like a stretched out phone headset. Like, hello, but it's got these little feet, so you can put it down and play it like a laptop guitar or a keyboard.
That's super cool.
But you can choose your so you have your 4 main voices. You have an art mode. You have a key mode. You can choose your scale.
Mm-hmm.
There's a recording mode, so you can actually record an entire song on this.
Oh, that's cool.
Actually, multiple songs. I take it back. Multiple songs from with the internal engine. So again, the MIDI and the Bluetooth and all that stuff is a nice goodie to have. Most of the people who bought this aren't going to use it for that. They're just going to go, I'm going to make little songs on the go, right? With their app to load the sounds. You can also load the sounds. There's some key combinations you can load. So like if I'm in this mode here,
it's recording. That's his.
And cool.
Yeah.
So if I want to, I'm in lead right now. See the pink.
Mm-hmm.
Probably can't see that very well.
No. But that's.
Let me switch to the single. Let me go to this view here. So see that middle button. You probably can't tell it's pink on this camera, but the one that's the brightest is pink. So it's green, blue, orange, pink. Those are the main 4 main instruments. So drums, percussion, bass, chords, and lead, or individual chords, right? This is like loaded chords or the preset chords. But this one's polyphonic, so you can make your own chords with this one as well. Everything after that is some function. So there's like the blue one's the ARP. I think this is the key mode. I forgot. The upper one's very familiar, green and red. That's record and play for when you do your recordings. And you can turn on a metronome, and you can have a little click track and go beep, 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 and do your like 8 bars, or I forgot how far the lengths can go, but they can be different lengths, which is cool. So you want to make a simple drum pattern, that's one measure. You can make the other ones longer measures, and you just build up a little track. And if you want to finish it later, you can export the stems to a DAW, or use the MIDI information to make something else with it or whatever. But it's also cool as a fun little standalone. So if I'm in this lead right now, and I'm holding this function button down to do this, and I hold this, see this blinks red and green. This is my quick browse, and see the LEDs changing? I'm changing presets right now for lead. So let's see what this one is. Let me turn the synth down. And you can hear, turn the volume up on this guy, and you can hear. Oh, looks like you dropped out.
No, I'm still here.
Okay. Anyway, so did you hear that okay on the mic?
It was a little quiet, but I heard it.
It's a little Mellotron-y kind of. This is on board.
Okay, it is on board. Okay.
So I'm choosing a preset here. I'm going to this, and then I have a preset browser. I can go. Hold on. This has to be blinking, so I have to keep this button down. And I'm going up and down to the preset. See the lights change?
Right. But then you can record your MIDI notes.
Little clavy sound?
Yeah.
You can do like vibrato with it.
I was saying though, you could use that with like go live with the modular, right? And like if you have like
definitely. Something. I did an Orba video a while back, one on the Matrix Brute and one on my modular itself. Mm-hmm. I'm using the Orba to control the modular.
Yeah, that seems like
same setup with the Bluetooth and the app and the cables and all that shit. But here, this one's good for the strum.
Oh, there it is. Okay. Yeah, strum is actually, that's a nice thing to have, you know. Dogs won't come in. Yeah, you put some fuzz on that or something.
Yeah, it's like the Omnichord, right? So that's where they got it from.
I know that Omnichord looks so much fun.
I wouldn't get the new one. It's too expensive for not many new features, and the sounds aren't that great. They're better than they were. Just get an old OM200 or OM300 or whatever the MIDI-based ones are. I have a couple different ones. And turn off all the internal sounds. Use MIDI only, and it's an amazing controller.
Yeah. Yeah, I would bet so.
That's what I would recommend. Okay, I'm just do a quick check here. Is Instagram still going? Probably not, because it's stupid. No, it's still going.
Hey, Ben.
Twitch is still going.
Can you feed the dogs? Sorry.
No worries. Ben, get on it. Get off your ass.
Yeah. It's on come on, Ben. 3 dogs. Come on.
So that's most of what this does. There's some other features. They even put little lug screws on either side, so you can put a strap on it and let it relax if you're not using it, or have some support with it. So they're trying to make it kind of guitar-like. But yeah, not bad. It was a Kickstarter. It worked out well. It's I'm happy with it. You're not going to be like doing incredible stuff with it potentially, but just another fun thing to play with, another instrument to control stuff like this with.
No, it's cool. I like this one. I like to have the strum.
See how it sounds. Okay, it's not distorted. That's good. That's all I wanted to know.
Is that the PolyEvolver you're playing?
Yeah, because it has some nice variable presets here. It'll be good for this test. So. So that's more like the Rolly Seaboard slide function. Getting kind of funky with it.
Yeah, it sounded cool. Allows you to be hands-free, so you don't always have to turn a knob or hit a dial or whatever, and just dork around and figure out something. And if you wanted to, obviously you can turn the volume up on this guy and blend the sounds with whatever synth you're playing. To get a different kind of hybrid sound. So, assuming they don't clash. Like those Mellotrons and stuff, that'd be cool. I bet.
There you go. So this would be fun. There's an ARP already running on this. Technically it's a sequence on this, but it's acting like an ARP. Now if I turn the ARP on this guy, what's going to happen?
Latency. No, we'll see.
It's taken a piece of it.
Uh-oh.
Turn it back off. That's kind of interesting. You could take a busy thing that's all crazy and then simplify it and then take it back out again.
Yeah. I like it.
I never would have guessed what it's going to do until you do it, right? It's just one of those things, just try out some weird shit, see what happens. Custom sound. See, the latency on Bluetooth isn't that bad. stop you getting the change.
That's cool. Yeah, it thickens the sound. Then if you had some delay tails on it, it would sound whacked. You know what I mean? Set them a little different.
Totally, yeah.
I mean,
that's what's great about these weird devices is you just experiment, come up with some cool shit you never tried before, or maybe it doesn't work, you know?
Yeah.
And it also depends, obviously, on the preset, what the preset's routing, what this preset is routing, right? Because there's global settings and there are preset settings, and it's the same with the synth. So I never know which combination I'm going to play, what's going to happen until I start screwing around with it.
Yeah.
And that's part of the fun, is just like, oh, happy accidents, right?
That's my idea of sound design.
Right? I mean, you don't have to get all crazy with it and cerebral with it. You just fuck around and have fun. So.
Yeah.
No slide on this one. It depends. This preset's not set to receive that.
That's cool.
This one's doing a filter modulation. But you see the Bluetooth is pretty quick. There's not much of a delay when I hit it versus when it changes.
Yeah,
it's probably not Bluetooth 5, but it's certainly fast enough for MIDI. For audio, you want Bluetooth 5 or higher. You can.
Right.
But like the Rolly stuff was Bluetooth 4, and it was fine. But 5 is better than 4 by quite a bit, but I don't think this is 5. I have to look at the specs. And again, I'm using whatever stock chord came with this preset.
Okay, yeah.
I should look at the chord real quick and see what the hell. It's kind of dark in here. Octave, key. Okay, there's the key. So 8 is key. So if I hold 8 down, and I have the same thing, I have the choice between which key I want to use. So I'm just going to pick a random one. The app running, I can see exactly what I'm doing on the device. But
you don't need to see.
It's more fun to just guess and just. There you go. In the middle, it's very wobbly. Less wobbly at top. At the bottom, no wobbly. So it's going concentration's in the center on this one.
Oh, cool. How you doing, bro? You?
Yeah.
Come on, dogs. You gotta eat.
Did it go up in volume?
Yeah.
Too much?
It's good on my phone. I can't speak for everybody else.
Cable bumped it. Okay, here's another crazy ARPy one. Let's see what happens here. So let's tweaking the amplitude of the envelope.
It's good.
What was the ARP do on that one? Let's see. So it's ARP in the ARP.
Yeah, this reminds me I gotta use my little Keith McMillan more. It's really cool, the Q Nexus.
Yeah, I have a Cuneo, and I was going to get the original Q Nexus, but I was like, God, it's kind of a lot of money. And I think the new red one added new features, right?
Yeah, the red one's nice. The red one's
so
nice.
That's what I'll probably get.
I can't remember the difference. Yeah, I mean it's still a little quirky sometimes, but it's definitely I don't know. I think it's worth it. I think it's pretty cool for when you want to just have a couple of tiny pieces.
Right.
Yeah, it's got bend functions and all sorts of transpose and different note, things for the.
And CV gate too, right?
Cool arpeggiator. Oh yes, it does have a little bit of CV on it. Yeah, it has.
Cool.
Not a lot. Yeah, I think it's got basic. Yeah, it's got CV and
just
gate,
very basic.
And then, it's got some cool features. The polyphonic thing is kind of. I have not found that to be that impressive at all, but
really?
Maybe it's user error, but I don't think so.
Yeah.
But
let me quickly switch.
But it's still cool.
I'm gonna turn my camera so you can see the PolyEvolver, the blinky lights. Hold on a second.
Yeah. Do you like the PolyEvolver? All right, let me get back in my spot. Whew. All right, let me get you.
My big old head in the way. Let's see. Am I blocking it? No, I'm not good. Yeah, cool. All right. This is a PolyEvolver.
Yeah, there it is. Cool. Is that 61 keys?
See the two instruments together.
Man, that synth is great. I love it. I actually like the blue on the bigger keyboard like that.
The audio is still a little bit coming through. I don't know why, but kind of weird. Let's try another It's a real plain patch. Nothing happens at all on it. doggy.
Yeah, this is Taylor. Sorry, my fingers are. Oh God, she's licking me. This is the one that will lick you in the mouth if you're not careful.
After certain other licks, right?
Yeah, that's the problem. Like when they come in from outside,
Yeah.
or for down in the basement where the cat box is.
Oh no, my dog used to go around the yard and dig up all the cat treats.
Oh, you can smell it on their breath. It's awful.
Oh,
it's really bad.
When I lived in Colorado, we had a neighbor that had bison. Ooh. And my dog at the time, this beautiful German Shepherd Husky mix, would crawl through the barbed wire fence and go eat bison patties.
Yeah, bison bites. Why not?
Yeah. Nice big eating there.
Yeah. Be nice and full asleep like a baby. Like,
oh,
well, you know. That's what they probably survived on.
Instagram says I have suspicious activity on my account. That's wonderful. Oh, that's awesome. Oh, look at the doggies play. This is a happy doggies play music here.
Give a little video to your music. I was like, oh, this is good. They can watch the dogs battling and listen to any jam. Music for dogs at an airport. Exactly, Paul. Congrats on the Argonate, by the way. Victory.
One thing they didn't do, unless I just missed it, is there's supposed to be a. Oh, there goes Instagram. I guess it's been an hour. On Omnichord, you have an option to not have a choose the note or have it tone at the same time, so you get like two things at once. This thing, at least the mode I'm using, I'm not sure how to use it 100% yet. When I choose a note, I still have to hear the note before I strum it, which is kind of annoying. Because if I just strum it, it's going to stay on the note I chose and just go up and down. The cool thing is on the strum plate, you can do chords. Oh, did you have a cat? I missed a cat. Oh.
I've shown all sorts of crazy stuff. I've just started. I got more cats, more dogs. I got more animals than you have synths. That's all I gotta say.
I used to have more animals than anybody when I was a kid. We lived in Colorado. We had basically almost 2 acres of land on a hill. So we had like a little barn with like 4 goats, a whole bunch of chickens, some geese from China. There's Chinese geese. They're called swan geese. And at least 2 dogs for a while. We didn't have a cat back then, but we had some other stuff too. So we had a lot of animals.
That's amazing. Yeah, super cool.
Blast. Yeah, and then we had bison across the way, so we were surrounded by animals everywhere. So.
Yeah.
You can see why I was pre-vet for a while. I was going to be a veterinarian all the time. That was a crazy patch.
I liked it. I like it. It was kind of organy. Organy?
That works. This is fun when they get the free run, so everything's not synced. There are some patches you can turn on free run or not free run. So then you get these weird kind of layering bits.
Oh my god.
That's a crazy sound. It's like something Tomita would play. Maybe the harp will work on this one. Part Philip Glass, part Tangerine Dream. Harp does come in handy. Hey, Aussie, hey, glad you can make it. I'm not sure how long you've been here.
Yeah, we know that.
Oh, kitty.
We know that.
Did she respond to music at all? Or is she just doing her own thing?
I don't know what she responds to.
But have you noticed that? Like certain sounds in the room or...
All I'm thinking is I wish I had the energy to get the mic, plug in the mic and put some delay or reverb. Put her through that, this CXM 78. She'd sound... I'd get the shimmer going. I'm too lazy tonight, though.
Like horror movie stuff, you know?
Yeah, I know. Cleo, for God goodness sakes. Jeez. Stressful.
It's funny because I've been around cats or had cats that make those sounds either during mating time, when they're all hyped up, you know, the hormones are raging, or when they see the bird in the window, you know, those kind of noise.
Oh yeah, and they do that like. Yeah. It's really cool.
But it's funny because my cat used to love looking at the window at the birds, but as soon as she went outside and the mockingbirds are pissed off, they're very aggressive. And
oh yeah,
anywhere near their nest, and she would just dive bomb my cat, just wow, and like hit her on the back.
Yeah,
and the cat would get so low, it's like it had no legs left, scooting across the grass.
I remember. I'm sure you've seen this. Like I remember one of my jobs. There was a mockingbird that defended this one corner intersection, and I like to take walks in the morning once I got to work. Yeah. And I'd be on the phone, and that thing, I could see it just like it was watching me, and it would start swooping. And it was really funny. I always got a kick out of it because you're kind of scared. You know, you're like, man. Some
wacky stuff here. Oh, there you are. Hey, kitty.
Where is she? Oh. She's quiet now. She got on my lap.
Yeah.
It's the goal.
How old is she?
That is the goal. Oh man, she's 17 maybe.
Oh, no
18,
way.
Yeah, she's up there. Yeah.
Pretty active for 17.
She's had it for a while, but she's hanging in there. She lives a simple life. So maybe that's something to be said for us.
Yeah, it's true. It's like
she's
in
literally
the end of
got
Mars
like,
Attacks.
like a cat den in my closet.
That's cool. Remember the end of Mars Attacks? Maybe we should go back to living in teepees because
I gotta
it's
move
good and stuff.
Cleo, I gotta move, baby. Ooh. I'm losing you now. Oh man. Hold on. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Nah. Yeah.
I'm here. Can you hear me?
It doesn't like me in that room. Oh.
Really?
This kind of sucks.
Oh, because you're wireless?
Yeah. I think ever since I put the curtains up, it's actually got more. It's good and bad, you know?
Yeah.
She's following me. That's good. All right. Come on. All right. Clear's back.
Ooh, that's loud. Is that much louder? Sounds louder.
A little bit, yeah.
get the audio repeat here. How does that sound?
Whoops.
Yeah, that's pretty meaty. Holy
yeah,
smokes.
very meaty.
Has some fun modulation here because it's working. So if I'm too lazy to go and turn on an art preset for this preset, I can just do it on the controller.
That's pretty lazy, Andy.
All right, I can't reach it. It's too far.
They were talking about lazy in the chat. I'm a lazy employee.
You're the bucket brigade there.
Ooh, my clay rhythm.
Crazy.
Oh, I'm waiting for the.
Crazy.
I'm waiting for the study that says pet dander adds 10 years to your life. I'm like, yeah. It's like up in my face right now. Jeez. Look at this.
Is she shedding a lot of skin or just hair?
Oh, she sheds bad, man. You know what happens? Sometimes I pet her when I try to play the keyboard, and then I shake my hand, and the stuff is everywhere. It's terrible. I mean, it really grosses me out. It's pretty awful.
Yeah.
But, what are you going to do? You got these critters, man. You got to take care of them.
Well, not to mention the fact that we shed like crazy, right? So.
Yeah. No, I know.
This is why crime scenes are always ridiculous, because you're shedding everything every time, everywhere you go. So. I was very careful to cover up. I didn't leave any evidence. My ass, right?
Yeah. It's pretty cool what they can do, actually. I think that'd be a fun job. Not to see the crime, but... Oh, God, Cleo, what are you doing? In my ear. Oh, God. There's no denying it.
Well, also the thing about cats marking everything they own. So she's definitely marking the hell out of you. So.
Yeah, I know it. Yeah, she would disable me if she could. Keep me down. Yeah, no, it's all good. Oh, I probably need it today. It's been a shit day, so.
Oh, that's too bad.
Probably appreciate a cat.
Yeah.
This stupid work crap.
Yeah.
Forensic, ganja, quality, the career. Yeah. Whoa, that sounds.
Free runs, I gotta be careful.
Sounds really good.
So there you go. Little stupid controller. It gives a lot of expression. That I can't
a
do
lot
with
of
the normal
expression.
Keys. The normal keys, obviously, you can't.
No,
do.
I mean,
So
yeah, no, it's actually super cool.
that was what I was trying to get to. At some point, I finally got to something that could really show it.
Yeah, no, that's really, I love that. I mean, that PolyEvolver has a hard time sounding bad, to be honest, to me. But, I know there back in the day, people would call it brittle and all that stupid crap. And it was like, I'm like, I don't know what you're talking about, man. What?
I mean,
maybe that's brittle, but.
You can dial in to be brittle as hell and nasty and grungy.
Yeah, but it can be really, it doesn't have to sound like that. That's for
it's
sure.
like the old PPG. There's some really, really thin, tinny, metallic PPG presets. But then you hear some of those old Tangerine Dream albums. They sound amazing because there's an analog filter.
That's what I was going to say. Yeah, it really can sound amazing. Like you don't want to be, it can really work. Oh, see, I love that.
Crazy.
I like that, man. That sounds great.
That one's called Trent, with a capital T at the end. I guess some guy named Trent made it.
Trent?
Or because it's not really a Trent Reznor sounding patch. It's a little.
Oh, yeah. Well, maybe they
sound that Trent Reznor.
No, but maybe they at the time. Yeah, I don't know. It's kind of gritty, I guess. Then maybe that's the point. Wow, that's got some modulation. Lepo. I get
Good old fun. Is the cat asleep?
It's right here. All I keep
like
thinking is if the dogs come down and she gets freaked out for any reason, I'm in trouble.
I get the claws.
She's like right on my chest. Oh yeah. You know, when they get older, their nails, like you really gotta. Oh man.
Oh sure.
They get really long nails. Maybe it's not just because they're old, but maybe we just don't mess with them enough. I like that patch a lot too.
Yeah,
Uh-oh. What do you think there? You like that? Like that? Ooh.
Crazy.
Yeah.
Oh, I just got the battery warning. I forgot to plug my. Oopsie. What else is new? Any recent acquisitions?
I'm thinking about. Well, I saw those new Arturia ones, but that sent me down a rabbit hole of getting something a little nicer. I'm actually thinking about getting one of those key stages by Korg, the new MPE ones.
Yeah.
I was trying to see if anybody's. I need to kind of see if anybody's having any issues with them. I mean, but I like the design of them a lot, and they've got an. I didn't realize it's like an audio interface.
Ears now
it has
again?
Oh God, you should hear it. You know, hear it. It's really hilarious.
Yeah.
I know. Yeah, she's really happy I'm here. Like, she's really happy right now. You know, to the point where you can't leave. You're just like, dude, I gotta go do some stuff. I've had that happen a few times to me, and I just sit there for like 20 minutes. And I'm like, what am I gonna do? Oh, anyway,
will she follow you?
Yeah. No, she won't leave the basement. No, there's too many other animals. So that's why she gets real excited when I come in the basement.
Okay.
And she lives, like I said, she lives in my studio.
I see.
She's basically got a den in my closet. I moved everything out. She's got pillows and a nice sheet. It's really nice.
That's great.
For a cat, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I think the other ones are probably jealous. But
that's funny.
Yeah, that key stage is really cool. I just like. I'm seeing why that, you know, the MIDI 2.0 and everything, why it's going to be so awesome. And what I was saying was it has the stereo out, so it's like, oh wait, I can just, you know, play my VSTs and probably run them, still like record them live, like for a hardware jam. You know, instead of having to go through the interface and everything. And that seems like a little thing, but it's actually a big deal for me, you know. So yeah, I think that's probably going to be my next. I'm trying not to buy too much. Yeah, I still love the Sub 37 ASIO head, but I do have an issue. I got to open mine up because I got some. There's a key. About every eighth key, I'd say, plays a wrong note. It's basically up a half step, and it plays the exact same note as the next half step. So if you can imagine, you go to C, and then instead of C sharp, whatever, you go to G, and then the next one plays, you know, D again, and it's just like, what the fuck is going on? You know,
is certain patches or does it not matter?
No, it's the keys itself, and it's consistent up the keyboard. And I actually found someone complaining on the forum about it, and you know, of course I calibrated it, but you have a real nice calibration thing on it, and I could actually hear the calibration test, and it was perfect. And then I hooked up a MIDI controller, played it perfect, went back to the sub, same problem. So the guy at Moog told me to open it up, and he gave me all these steps, and I just kind of lost interest in doing it immediately once that happened.
Yeah.
You know, I was like, I was like, I'll get to this. Yeah, I got, you know, but I've actually got it hooked up through the a MIDI controller now. So, and then I'm using it, you know, I'm not really stressed about it. I think it's probably I think someone was saying it's probably a loose cable or something, or hopefully, but you know, it'll work out. I mean, I can use it, but if I don't use the keys, it's totally fine. But
yeah,
you know, it's one of my favorite synths, so I doubt I would ever get rid of it. You know?
Yeah, I was going to get one at some point because the mini Moogs are always out of reach, and I like some of the features. Back when Amos was working there, he's doing all the demos of the new sequencer features.
Oh yeah, no, that was one of his last ones, wasn't it? Probably.
Yeah, and so I was really excited about what they're offering, even though it's not a, you know, mini Moog like all the all powerful mini Moog everyone always talks about, but it's still incredibly nice sounding, lots of features. They thought about growth, not just a static instrument.
Yeah, I think it.
I missed out on getting them at a good price. They were, I think, down to like $1,300 at one point or something like that. Some crazy low price.
Yeah, there's used ones. You know, if you're in the States, you can definitely find one used.
Well, is it better to get the subsequent or the normal Sub 37? Because there was this
What's that?
sub 30. There was the normal
Yeah,
sub
the
37.
subsequent was after.
Yeah. So is that one better?
Yeah.
The subsequent?
You know what I think the subsequent was? Actually, they put a little better keyboard on it, but honestly, I think they, like my sub 37, I had to send it back because the headphone output was all messed up, and then I just got them to do the subsequent, the whole thing. But I honestly think they had some real issues with the subs, and they pivoted real quick and fixed the keyboard and did all, you know what I mean, and made a little nicer keyboard because people were complaining, and gave it a little better headroom and everything. But yeah, they don't. It's going to be hard to tell the difference between them. The feel of the keyboard's slightly different, and there's supposed to be a little more headroom, but it's not. I think Jim Glue just went and he got Dom's sub and sold a subsequent, so that should tell you, it's not. It's a really. It's gonna last. That particular keyboard has a sound, and it's in the interface. I think. I don't want to call it a modern classic, but I think it is definitely not going anywhere. And you're going to see them. You're going to see people. It's just a really fun studio, a great, instrument. It's very. So yeah, you could. Amos definitely. I remember, and he was really programming the shit out of that thing. And I'll never know what happened with Amos, but something happened.
Well, I ran into him at NAMM, and he was helping out Suit and Tie Guy on some stuff.
Oh, so he was at the recent one too.
He was at their booth, but lately, if you follow his online presence, he's pretty much just doing DJ stuff. He's not doing a lot of modular stuff now.
That's interesting.
He's going to DJ equipment more than he does still do modular, but he kind of jumped ship to DJ stuff more.
That's it. It's kind of crazy, isn't it? Because he had such a brand name. Seems like a weird pivot for him.
Well, look at Georgia Moroder. He's Mr. DJ now. He doesn't do normal instruments anymore.
Yeah, I mean, I don't judge the guy. I mean, obviously.
No, I know. I understand why he would, because it's easier, right? And it's more of what people want. But I totally get why people would question that move, because I have friends who do DJs, but I'm not into DJ stuff really that much. So.
Yeah, I mean, maybe he just burnt out on the whole thing and just got a different job, making good money. I mean, he's obviously bright, so I'm sure he probably could do, all sorts of coding and all software. Just, I guess to us synth geeks, we're like, why would you ever do something else?
Well, it's just like when people say, "Hey, man, why'd you pick up modular? We lost you now." It's like, come on.
We lost you. It's so ridiculous.
I know.
I haven't played it much in the last year, but I've really, I trimmed down a little bit with it, but I'm really missing it, especially the mutable and some of the percussion stuff. I've been kind of. I'm definitely going to start playing it again.
Well, I was supposed to do a set this week for the monthly EMOM in San Francisco, and then I got an email last week saying, "Oh, sorry, you're on the wait list." I go, "That's not what your website said. When I'm on the wait list, it's normally very clear if I'm on the wait list. I thought I signed up, ready to go. I'm starting to make something." So,
oh man, that sucks.
So I mean, I watched a bit of it last night, the live stream, but it would have been fun to play. So
yeah, it is a bum. I got offered to do a quick 10-minute set at one of these synth group meets we have, but it was in another week, and he wanted to do a theme on this one where you just played one instrument, which I could have tried to do the iPad, but it kind of froze me because I was like, oh man, now I need a few days to prepare for this. I can't wing it with my loopers and stuff. So I kind of had to bail on it, but he said he's going to have another one at the place I played. So I'm trying to get out a little bit and play, but
that's good.
Because it's weird. Like when I did it, I was it was almost like when I played drums or something. I would get really amped up and real stressed, but the minute I got on stage, I totally I got into almost into character, and I was very comfortable. I was like, oh no, I know what to do. I've done this, even though I'd never been up there by myself. You get so focused on what you're doing, you really forget. You really just don't have time for it. But But yeah, it was a cool experience. I did like it. Um, it's just it's time. I haven't even been doing the hardware jams. I just got it kind of like I fell out of that groove, and now I can't get back in it. Um, it's like something else filled that space, and now I'm like,
Yeah, I mean
I
it's
get myself.
like I had a bunch of MIDI problems on the last one because I was trying to do the 7 cables bullshit with a bunch of modules, like
Yeah,
desktop modules, not modular. And I like, the MIDI's not working. Fuck it, I'm just gonna skip it this time. It's giving me too much of a headache. I don't have time to do it because it's last minute as usual. And so I didn't do it, but I would have. I was somewhat prepared,
yeah,
but I didn't give myself enough time to deal with all the quirks and all the nonsense
yeah. It's
that
still,
you always get. So.
yeah. It started just to get like, I don't know, like it started to get. I don't want to say not fun, but I just, I just couldn't fit it in. You know what I mean? And I started struggling a little bit more, and I was like, yeah, you've got too much going on right now. You just can't. You don't have the mental energy, even though people think it's just a hardware jam. There's still, you put there's I mean the people that do it every week and actually do the things. I mean, it's pretty freaking amazing because it
Yeah,
does work. It's not,
it does.
you know,
Yeah, I've
it's
now with
not
this
like,
last one I missed. I've only missed about out of 2 years. I've only missed maybe 7 total or something like that.
yeah.
So,
I just, I wish I
um,
could. I mean, I'll get back into it. I just, like I said, there's that just happens. A lot of it because I was working too, and work's been like eating up my free time, but pissing me
oh
off.
sure,
Or
yeah, yeah. Well,
I
this
I
next
would
one's easy for me. The one this weekend
yeah, yeah.
is you have to you landed on the moon. You have an
Oh, I
hour because
saw
of your
that.
oxygen limit. You have an hour to come up with something to play for the aliens so they don't destroy you.
I saw it, and I actually, there's a small possibility I'll do it because I
Yeah,
saw
because
it.
I can do
I
something real quick with
really
2 pieces of
love that
equipment.
idea.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
I
not a
mean,
problem.
it just was such a creative one. I wasn't necessarily inspired that I know what to do. I just said that's the kind of challenges like really big, and I love when they get into that. It was like when they were doing the Remember there was like a whole like story thing with the trance side, and it kept kind of evolving. I think
There've
Grace
been several that were like 3 or 4 stories long. Yeah.
Yeah, like Grace was. I know. Remember Grace being involved with it, and yeah, it got really fun. Like it was like, oh god, here we go.
There
What do
was
we get?
like the forest queen, and then you had the
Yeah,
trolls attacking, and then you had
yes,
this,
the
and you had
trolls.
that.
Oh yeah, because I had.
And then,
That's why I had trolls on that one video. I was looking at one of my pictures, but yeah, I don't know. Just talking about it makes me want to start doing them again. So maybe I'll get my. Maybe I should just pull out the modular again, my one case, and just kind of just do it. That's it's really what the, you know.
yeah.
Plus, I got the one dog that's doing the morning. I'm doing some training. We're doing some outside training with her, which is actually a lot of fun. But it's like Saturday at 9, so I watch Rams for a couple hours, and then at like next thing I know, it's noon. It's like, oh man,
Oh yeah.
it's all good. Yeah. So, anyways, getting back to that key stage. Yeah, I started to really kind of. It's not just the aftertouch I'm excited about. I'm excited about MIDI 2.0, the whole thing. Like, I think I was like, no, this is really cool if they really start to integrate this. Just the workflow of it, really. I was like, no, this could be really. This could actually get me using the computer, you know, and the VSTs a little bit more, which would be awesome. Plus, it's funny. I was looking at the Arturia, but they gave me all the same crap I already have. And the Korg one, I'm like, oh man, it comes with a wave state. I think it might be a light. I'm not sure. But then it comes with some Korg Gadget Studio. So all that for me is like, that's value, versus Ableton Light again, and some piano and Analog Lab, which I have like 5 times in different iterations.
Well, I got the Ableton Suite with that Novation deal they had a while back because I wanted to get my hands on Max for Live and start playing with some weird stuff in there.
Yeah, that's
But for the most part, I just do VSTs outboard to loopers and stuff. Still, I still don't use the DAW that.
well.
Much
That's
as a
kind of
standalone.
yeah. That's kind of. I wouldn't even mind using that Patchworks, even though that Blue Cat thing. Even though a lot of them have their own. that's basically that's my next step to using the computer is just to turn it into a glorified, VST. But I want to be able to run them back out so I can record them on my mixer and stuff, because I still don't really like using DAWs. But ultimately, I hope to start using DAWs. But it's really hard to change me sometimes. Once I do it, it's just that mouse, the whole thing. I don't even like sitting there. The whole thing is just. I feel really stupid that I don't like it, but I don't. So, but I will sit there and play the keys, and I do love the G-Force stuff. And there's so many good VSTs I have that I'm getting a little frustrated that I'm not using them. So, yeah. So that might be the next thing, the key stage. But I don't really want to buy any more other synths or anything now. I did get that. I think I told you that Chase Bliss reverb pedal, that CXM, and
oh yeah, I'd like to get with that eventually, but hopefully that's not a known problem with them. Why Kent's is all acting up, but
what's that?
Kent's is on the fritz right now, so I don't know if that's
I hope so either, because mine is
because it ain't cheap.
No, he did this B stock blowout about a month ago, and I think these were 40% off, 30 or 40. It was significant. And I got to tell you, I didn't see anything wrong with it. And I felt like it was a quote unquote B stock sale, right? Like him trying to sell some crap, raise some cash. But I really it sounds very professional. It's the most professional reverb I have. Like you can tell almost when I'm using it. You're just like, whoa. But like a lot of those pedals, you really got to be careful with it because they just are so dominant, and
well, that one especially because that has the lexicon sound, so that's a nice
so it is, but I mean I think but then it's got his kind of lo-fi stuff, so it is a really super, for what I got it for. It felt like I was buying a Mooger Foger, back in the day, a nicer one.
Because I first saw that at San Francisco EMOM. One of the guys was using it in his setup. I go, "Whoa, that thing looks cool. What is that?" And he explained it.
It's just like if you have some Mooger Fogers, it's perfect with it because they're almost the same size, so you can kind of line them up. So it doesn't bother me at all. I like those kind of pedals, but it's a pretty.
So
cool
the
pedal.
deal. How much was the deal you got? What was the end amount?
Oh, I don't remember. I was either 30 or 40% off. I think I ended up paying about $600. But it was definitely it lopped off. I think about 300, and mine was brand new. There was. I mean, I can't find a scratch. Maybe it's there somewhere, but I'm not concerned with it.
Plus, the school has motorized faders on it too, which is nice. So.
It's really fun. Like I didn't think I'd like it, but it's actually pretty cool. To watch them as you switch. It's like, it's a special pedal.
I bought a Yamaha mixer a while back that was kind of designed to, if you want to stack a bunch of TX802s or TX81Zs or something like that, and then you could have them bring your voices in and out with some automated, automatic faders. Well, I found it was all jerky. It was like, it was all like steppy going up the thing. I'm like,
this not like right when you hit a setting, it just click and it shoots. It's. I mean, his stuff is usually not. He usually does a real good job. So I'm not. I usually don't buy his pedals because they're so expensive. But
I don't have anything he has because they're too expensive.
No, I've never have, and that was like kind of an impulse because I knew it was going to go quick. Right? They were also all the stuff was already selling out because he had a big list. Those kind of went last because I knew they were the most expensive. People are like, "Oh, I could have got the preamp one," but I was like, "That's stupid. Don't get that. If you're going to do something like that, get the Electron Heat or something. Like, don't be don't buy this stupid preamp pedal." Now if someone gave it to me, that'd be different. But that's for hard, in my opinion. Not that you couldn't use it for synths, but I don't know. Yeah, I'm not buying much anymore. I don't. I'm just not interested too much. Maybe some VST. Some.
I'm interested. Just don't have the money right now. So.
Yeah, well, you got plenty to play with, but
I do. That's why I'm doing these little goofy things, because give me an excuse to not only tweak some stuff I just got that was like
dude,
old
I
Kickstarter stuff.
I've gotten rid of a lot of stuff, and I still have things like I just pulled out my Boomstar. I sold one of them, but I still kept the ARPA one, the 4075, and I was like, man, I haven't used this like in a year. I was like, I've got to use this, because it's I mean, it sounds amazing. It's
I almost bought the whole set. There was a whole set of Boomstars, and I was like, I'll wait, and then I never got them. So
you could make an argument for buying that whole set, and that's like your analog. The CS80 was unbelievable sounding.
yeah,
I mean, it didn't. I don't. You don't. It's. I wouldn't consider. See, it's not like you were listening to a CS80. It just sounded great because it has the dual filter, and his oscillators are so big, and he's got cool X mod. It's cool. I mean, but they it's weird. They have gotten so. I think there's 16 or 1700 now. He can't make them anymore because I guess the parts they've just gone up and up and up. If you want to buy a new one, so
wow.
I felt good. I got mine for about $500, the ARP, and then it'll stay at it's fine. I just wanted one of them. It's when you want it. It's like when you want that really big analog type power. It's definitely. It's like having 5U. I'm talking about the Boomstar. Studio Electronics Boomstar series, not the modules, the boxes, the desktops, big chunky ones.
So the Studio Electronics thing I have is the SEO2. That's a lot of fun.
Yeah, I like that one. I wouldn't have a problem with that.
Especially when you add the little box to the EXT box to control the filter better and add some extra goodies to it. It's really nice.
Yeah, I do sort of I do want a wave state, but if I end up getting this key stage, it'll come with the BST version. So
because I love a wave state and a mod wave. They're really cool. I have the
I like
6, but
I
want
just
to get all
got
3 of them.
I was geeking out listening to the wave state for a while online, and when they reissued them, and I was like, man, that thing really is super cool. Metley got me against him a little bit because he kept ragging on the Raspberry Pi thing, but then finally,
I mean, it does sound hokey. It does sound hokey when you think about it, and the fact that they're charging so much for it, considering it's built so cheaply. But at the end of the day, is it fun to use? Does it sound good? And does it last?
It is a really cool synth. Whether you like, they're really, that whole series was really, they just kind of came in a little bit higher price than people wanted, and they did come in with the desktops right away. But I think they got it. I still think that whole series is really cool. I kind of blew them off at first, and then I went back. And I was like, man, I thought I liked the mod wave the best. And then I kind of leaned into the wave state. And I mean, the Op 6. Hold on one sec.
No problem. What's up, Alfa Romero?
I might have to go here. Sounds like.
Yeah. I'm still waiting. I'm still going to run an errand pretty soon. I'm still waiting for a friend to get back to me about something else. But.
All right. Well, let me get going.
If you have to bolt, that's cool. I'm going to do a quick. Since Alpha showed up, I'll give him another audio demo since he missed some of the fun. So.
All right. Take care.
Thanks, man. See ya.
See you.
All right, let me hook this thing back up. This is this wacky new Chorda controller from this company called Artiphon, and it showed up about 2 weeks ago. I haven't had a chance to play with it yet, but what's cool about it is it's a keyboard controller with built-in sounds and stuff, but it's also a Bluetooth MIDI controller. I'm controlling the PolyEvolver with it, so let me get my Bluetooth turned back on. And turn this guy back on. And get this thing to show up again here. Now it's connected again. Okay, good. So I should have... So this has its own speaker and its own infrastructure with an app and everything. But right now, its volume is turned down. It's just Bluetooth MIDI to this PolyEvolver behind it. And it's kind of cool because you can set. I did a custom a little while ago. Did a custom scale on this one. I forgot what it is. I picked one randomly. So it's doing a custom scale across the keys here. The keys also can add modulation in the Y, and you can do wiggle the X a little bit per key to get vibrato. But sometimes you get quite a different shift of timbre with just that. And I was also using an internal arpeggiator on this guy for patches on this that didn't have arpeggiator turned on. It was working pretty well actually. So right now you can see the running lights. So the sequencing / arpeggiator function is on this patch. So when I go through the X, it's actually modulating the filter. Because it's free run, if I don't time it right, you get overlapping. It's totally wireless. So that's kind of fun. And then I can turn on the preset. Let's see what we got. Free run, so I screwed up. Also a little strum plate on this guy, so you can. Got a bucket brigade delay on there, so you're getting stacked notes. Pretty fun. So here's the monophonic patch. Output MIDI, yes, it's a MIDI output. The onboard sequencer is really just a MIDI sequencer because I've gone in and changed presets after the fact, and it updates the performance. So this is one case where it's nice that they did that instead of some companies that do audio sequencers on board stuff, or like audio loopers, because you want to be able to tweak the MIDI later on, use the MIDI for something else, especially externally on the device. So in this case, it's nice to have that. Yeah, it's a pretty useful little device. I'm going to turn on the arpeggiator now because there's no ARP on this preset. It's a monophonic preset, so it's going to act a little weird if it's cut off. And earlier I was doing a thing where there was an ARP preset running and then ARP on this running, and it was chopping up the ARP, so it's ARP on ARP. It was pretty funny. Also, Alpha Romero will appreciate the shirt, the t-shirt, sweatshirt I'm wearing from Fright Rags. It's a George Romero collection thing with him and all of his movie characters on the back of the sweatshirt. So, fun little sweatshirt there. Scale that's chosen up here, but I can change it again. Let's try another scale. Let's use this one. This. Try a different scale. It sounds like some pentatonic scale of some kind. Some modulation with the vertical travel. Oh, also vibrato too. It's like a metallic percussion, so you turn the ARP on. Kind of crazy. Organy style patches here. What's up, Kent? Playing with this little wacky MIDI controller on the PolyEvolver. Creepy whistling. Don't. Stuff on here. Some of these have free run and some have locked tempos, so you got to be careful when you play sometimes. Got a bit of an ARP on it, but if I put the ARP of the device on top of that, it's pretty wacky. what's up? This is a standalone instrument by Artiphon called the Chorda. It just came out, Kickstarter thing. So it's basically, if you've seen the Orba, the round puck thing, this is basically the Orba stretched out, but laid out more like the Instrument One they made before they made all of those other instruments. So you can see the individual keys there, and as you slide up and down the keys, you get the rolly slide effect, depending which patch is set up and how the MIDI is sending or received on the other device. If you wiggle on the key, you get vibrato, if it doesn't already have it on the patch. Also, going up and down the key can add multiple modulations like vibrato, filtering, and other kinds of stuff. And then you can choose, right now I'm in some weird scale, I don't even know which one I chose. Just randomly chose a scale on the device. You can also have a built-in arpeggiator. There's a built-in record function for the MIDI notes and stuff. So even if you don't use the built-in sounds on here, I could potentially do a 4-track thing that could go to the PolyEvolver and fire off different tracks on different MIDI channels to do a sequence. So it's a MIDI recorder, not an audio recorder, which is kind of fun. There's an app that goes with it. You can add your presets. You can also sample into your phone and load those as samples on the device. So you can actually make your own custom presets, not just based off someone else's preset. But right now it's in MIDI only mode over Bluetooth with iPhone running MidiFlow, Bluetooth to this, to MidiFlow, out to Mio going into the PolyEvolver. So it's all wireless, straight to the PolyEvolver through the iPhone and Mio. So, yeah, it's a pretty fun little device. It's a lot more expressive than I thought it was going to be. And again, it depends what preset you're used on here, and also what patch is set up on the host receiving the MIDI and how it responds. So, and that's just if you notice I'm going vertically, it's changing the timbre. Earlier I had a thing with the ARP running on this device on top of the ARP running on that device, and that was pretty wild. It's just unexpected results. And strum script. That was so low I can barely hear it. The speakers are kind of low in here, so I don't have feedback. This is Chorda by Artiphon. Same guys who make Instrument 1, Orba 2, and I think some other stuff. There's an app that goes with it. I think it's the Artiphon app. It used to have an Orba app, and now they just bundled it all into one app for all instruments now on App Store, and also on for Mac and PC as well. I think there's an Android one coming, but I don't think it's out yet. So no ARP on this patch. I'm going to add an ARP from the device. Wackier patches in here. Crazy flanger overblowing this one. I can't remember if I played this one already because the percussion turned the ARP on. Yeah, David, I can't help it. I'm still waiting for my friend to get back to me, but I don't know where he is. Give me a second here. I'm gonna make a message. This little filter modulation there. Change the key. a sequence code, and you put the ARP on top of it. Very crazy. Panic there for a second. Anyway, still waiting for my friend to text me back. Claire Rockford, yeah, as if. Poor Claire, she's spinning in her grave after a comment like that. No, it's a fun instrument. I mean, again, this is the first day I've really actually played with it more than like 2 minutes, just to basically find out how the buttons worked and the modes and things like that. Because I was familiar with the Orba already. I have an Orba from a long time ago, and so I knew it would be fun to a certain extent. But yeah, it's a lot more useful than I thought it would be. So hopefully that came through on the demo a little bit. As much as I was playing some pretty wacky sounds and weird scales and stuff, but it's more than just a silly gadget. It actually has some functionality that's pretty interesting. So, and the library that comes with it is pretty decent. Loading presets from the phone, and then like I said, you could also sample anything into the phone app and make it a preset and dump it on this guy. So. That's pretty special. There aren't a lot of apps that will do that, especially on something that's weird like this. It's a controller / Groovebox thingy. So kind of clever, actually. So looking forward to playing with it some more. Snowing. So yeah, if anyone wants to jump in for a bit, I'm kind of demo it out for a while. So if you guys want to use the pinned link and come on and chat, audio, video, both, whatever. I'll be here for a while longer, I think. Haven't received the message yet. Excuse me. So I'll switch back to this camera. So, what else is going on with everybody? Turn all this off and see my battery. That's pretty good. I was playing this thing after not fully charged for a good hour and a half, and I still have at least half the battery left. So, probably get about 5 hours out of it, I'm guessing. I don't know. Not bad. Considering I was using Bluetooth the whole time. Which also, drains your phone battery quite well. Dr. Metley preset? That's funny. Okay. I hope he gets hold of me soon. I'm kind of getting hungry. Just to grab some food and do a couple errands. There we go.
No, darling.
Hey, look who's here. What's happening, man?
Yeah, Fiona's not feeling well tonight, so I said I'd sleep downstairs on the couch.
Oh, nice.
Stay out of her way.
Give her a break and get some.
Yeah, well, the dog stayed with me, so she doesn't get disturbed really.
Hope she feels better.
Yeah, she's just got bad guts, I think.
You guys use any probiotic stuff like kefir or?
Yeah, I mean, we're taking all sorts of different bits and bobs, and we'll see what the morning brings.
A lot of stuff helps. The kefir or it's hard to find a good one, and even then get it used to it. But
yeah,
I'm big on kombucha. You ever drink kombucha?
No, I don't think so. No.
It's basically a fermented drink, so it's full of probiotics. That's why if you leave it too long, you open it up, it goes because all the outgassing, all the guys living inside there. But it's really good for some people who have gut issues and stuff. Get your gut flora back in check.
Yeah.
I drink them now because I like the taste of some of them. I found a couple of good brands that are pretty good. They're a bit acidic because the nature of the medium. It's the critters like acid media. So you got to get used to the taste. Some are really too much. It's almost like drinking vinegar. I'm like, yeah, I don't think so.
Yeah.
But there are some out there that have a nice fruit juice component to them, and I don't have a gut problem for the most part, but I don't know. I know that it's good to be drinking or having a nice cultured yogurt or or kombucha or something like that, right? Once in a while, it helps you out, just in case, kind of thing. And I noticed because of that, I mean, it's all coincidental probably, but I noticed because of that, I've taken less antacids than I used to. I used to eat antacids like they were fucking candy. So. But so that might help if that's something you guys can get over there.
Yeah.
Anything like a good sauerkraut, a good kimchi if you can handle kimchi. All those probiotic things are really good for you. So.
Yeah.
Plus, they taste great. I love pickles anyway, so I'm gonna eat that shit anyway. The tricky thing is, though, depending how much you like or dislike seafood. I mean, I'm being a vegetarian. I don't eat any seafood, but those who don't like the fishy, shrimpy bits of typical kimchi, which is what they're made with sometimes, the shrimp paste or fish bits or whatever, there are a few on the market that have no seafood parts in it at all. They're still stinky because it's fermented, but the taste is wonderful. It just doesn't have all that seafood crap in there. So if seafood is your problem of not wanting to try the kimchi, you can find kimchi nowadays without the shrimp or fish stuff in it.
Yeah.
And if you like spice, you can get really hot kimchi. So, whew. You have this really cold thing in your mouth from the fridge, but it's burning the hell out of your mouth at the same time. So it's good stuff.
No, I was just really surprised to see snow. I was expecting, because it was quite nice today. It was quite warm this morning.
We have schizophrenic weather here too. I mean, I've had in the same day, last few months, in the same day, I've had pouring rain, freezing cold weather, then okay weather, then sun, and then cloudy, and then back to rain again.
Yeah.
So it's like, oh boy.
Yeah, I don't know if you can see this, but I've got the security camera on at the moment. I don't know if you can see this.
Oh.
Right. You can really see the snow on the fake Bentley.
Yeah.
Out there.
Oh yeah, on the top. Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow, it's a decent amount of snow, huh?
It's yeah. I mean, yeah, it's light, but it's quite heavy considering what the rest of the day was like. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But it was quite dark clouds and very stormy. So I suppose it's come from quite high up.
How often do you guys get snow at all?
Well, on and off. We haven't really. I mean, we don't get snow like we used to get in the '60s. I know that.
Yeah.
We used to remember going to school up to my neck in snow. And then as time went by, it seemed to happen less and less. You can tell I washed my hair all over the bloody place.
Yeah, the only snow we get around here, because it's so temperate for the most part, is up in the Mount Hamilton, which is where the telescopes are and stuff. Called Lick Observatory. They're about 2,000 feet, I think. Not that high. So you can see it clearly from here, like, oh, look at all the snow on the hills, So people who live around here who never go anywhere go, oh, snow, and they go up there and play in the snow because some people have never been in snow ever.
Yeah.
So they go up and play in the little pittance of snow that's up on the mountain.
Yeah, I know that it was. We had about 10 years of we just didn't have snow at all. And I remember the kids next door. It snowed here one winter, and you couldn't get them in. They just wanted to play in it all the time because they'd never seen this stuff before. Yeah,
definitely, it's great.
Bizarre.
I mean, and it's great until you live in it most of your life, and you have to shovel it to get to work and all that shit, right? So.
Yeah, then you're not so keen on, not so excited.
Or your pipes freeze,
Yeah.
We had back when I was still in college, we started getting a lot of these weird cold waves through here, really unexpected. And I had a succulent collection outside, these little cacti and other succulents, those cute little things. I was studying botany and zoology and stuff, so I wanted I worked at the zoo for the animals, and I had some plants at home when I wasn't at the botanical garden I worked at, just to keep my interest going.
Yeah.
And it just turned to muck overnight. I went outside and they all exploded from the ice crystals. So just from one night, basically. But we had that for several days. So that's when they started wrapping pipes around it. All exposed pipes coming out of the ground. All have these little funny foam jackets nowadays. Which they didn't forever until that one year where we had a lot of broken pipes everywhere. It was very expensive. So now they no longer have exposed pipes unless you just can't afford it to put jackets on it.
Yeah. Now, funny enough, I was resetting the alert system on the cameras because I was getting alerts all the time. There's a fox that keeps coming into the. He lives under the workshop where there's a family
looking for food.
Yeah, and they venture into the garden when they know Charlie's coming doors. And it triggers the camera because it's direct movement. It doesn't tend to kick the cameras off, but sometimes they really root around, and if they come up close to the camera, it will set it off. And normally I think it's a dog, so I get the alert and then I go 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, it will be a fox, but I have to look just in case it's somebody coming over the fence or something.
Yeah.
And out the front was the same because it tracks cars and it tracks people.
You want one of those big, strong CS80 thieves coming in to go.
Yeah, really big strong CS80. And, but the thing is, they put these porta cabins out on the tennis courts across the road from me because we've got this thing. What's it called? Rack, aerated concrete.
Oh.
But they built a lot of stuff in the 60s with it, and that's all crumbling and falling apart. And of course, this school's got it, so they're knocking down a lot of the school and rebuilding it. So they put these temporary classrooms up. But their lights are on automatic, and sometimes they turn on or turn off during the night, and it sets the camera on. And I get another alert going, "Whoa, there's something going on out the front."
Yeah.
So I've turned it down a bit because I just get ding every bloody 2 minutes. You know? Bloody thing. So, I mean, it's good. I mean, okay, it's good that, you know, with all the stuff that's here, down in the workshop and stuff, and worse still, it's not mine. You know,
exactly.
It's good to have the security, but bloody hell. Ting! Shut up!
That's funny.
Yeah, because it goes off too often, you won't check.
Yeah.
You know, you get complacent about it.
Yeah, it's the Chicken Little, right?
Exactly.
So.
Yeah. So the time you ignore it is the time you really, really need to be, you know, running out in the back garden with a 7-iron.
Yeah.
Which I've done a couple of times in the past, I must admit. But yeah.
Have you ever had any brushes, like with real creeps and stuff?
Yeah, I've had somebody breaking into the Chrysler.
Holy shit.
Yeah, I've gone out there with a 7-iron. Fuck me, did they run.
Wow, yeah.
Which was just as well, because I was going, I don't know, how hard do you hit somebody? Do you hit them very hard, or do you not hit them very hard? Because if you don't hit them very hard, they can
it's too bad you don't have any CO2 lasers. You can have that at a distance.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So I just come out sort of like, what you with this waving
just
this
like
dog.
get a little burn on the arm, you know.
Yeah.
So,
and they just like,
yeah,
and rang. So I thought, good, stay gone. So,
wow.
which is stupid because it's quite a modern car. I mean, if they got in, they can never get it started. You know?
Yeah.
It's one of those ones where you just can't, you know, hotwire them. It's not, well, if they were trying to break into the...
We're just looking for stuff, right?
9 times out of 10. 9 times out of 10.
Because here we don't have the guys looking at getting open because the alarm systems and stuff. It's smash and grab. Smash a window, reach in, don't open any doors, and then keep moving. And a lot of times they don't find shit, and now you got to pay $300 for a window. So.
Yeah, exactly. So, and a lot of people think because it's got that particular type of grill on the front, they think it's a Bentley. So they go, oh, it's probably got expensive stuff. You know, a lot of people think it's a Bentley.
Oh, that's what they call the fake Bentley.
Yeah. And I've even had people say to me, wow, you won the lottery? No. Well, you got a Bentley.
Does it look that much like it?
Yeah, because of the grill. The grill is really a piss take.
Wow.
That they put on them. Funnily enough, they didn't put them on the US model that much. But in the US, they did the, what was it, the Mercury version?
I don't know. I had a Mercury Marquis 73 when I was in high school. That thing was pretty nice for the time, but certainly no Bentley.
And it's more square. It's just sort of like plastic squares, where this is an actual chrome wire grill, which is very indicative of a Bentley grill.
Sure, yeah.
So they think it's a Bentley because it's, you know, big and blah, you know, that sort of, and then they get up closer and go, oh no, wait a minute, it's not.
Well, I'm already here. I might as well break into it. So, you know.
Yeah. So, and they just discontinued the whole 300 series now. So they stopped manufacturing them 3 months ago.
Oh.
So it's classic all of a sudden.
Hey, if it's got that grill, it looks
well,
classic.
yeah, if we give it long enough. Mind you, the estates are rare as well. So.
Well, we had, you know, I got broken into, of course, San Francisco several times.
Mm.
At work, probably about 3 years ago, 4 years, just before the pandemic. Work broke into, you know, because I was one of the last cars in the lot. I was working there late, and it was dark. And I noticed they didn't, after the fact, they didn't have the fucking cameras covering that part of the lot either.
Oh, brilliant.
So, yeah, so the person knew, some homeless person, there's a bunch of people kind of hanging out behind on this levee, this creek that goes through there. They have these, like, levees, because it floods a lot.
Yeah.
So they have a levee built up and then a wall. And several times we had to put sandbags in the back of the building just in case it flooded. Yeah. So there's this trail back there. People always going back there, kind of camping back there and all kinds of shit. So they come out, you know, like street urchins, and they come out and look for all the scraps to get it, and even breaking into stuff with pretty bold. Yeah. But I got broken into my girlfriend's street a few years ago. I'm like, what the fuck? This is a nice neighborhood. It's not known for this stuff. What's going on? And the cops said, yeah, you were one of like 18 or 19 cars hit that night on the street. And what they tracked it down to these guys who come all the way from maybe Oakland. They'll get a van full of guys. They'll get to a street at a certain time of night. They'll spread out and go break everything they can hit in a time window and get the hell out of Dodge. And so they can't track them down exactly where they're from or who they are, but they know they're not locals.
Yeah.
And it even happened. God, this is hilarious. There's a chain here called In-N-Out Burger. It's kind of a popular, you know, burger place for kind of old style hamburgers. And there's one right by a freeway interchange by a Costco over here. I think the Costco I put on stream a couple times. And so there's perfect place for a thief to hang out because rapid turnover of customers, access to the freeway right there. You can go into the lot, look around, hit a few things, and leave. Drive away for a while, come back when it's all cleared up after the cops left or whatever, hit a bunch more cars, get back on the freeway, leave. So in the same night, they could hit so many cars. And they're all new people because it's fast food. They're coming and going like that. And so the guy just told me about that. The guy's discovered a gold mine because rapid turnover, easy exit, poor coverage of security of any kind. And you don't have to be a genius to take advantage of that. So, you know.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
What are you going to do?
Yeah. You know, just pot luck in it.
But ever since the economy has been up and down for the last maybe 10 years, thefts have gone up. And, you know, homeless have gone up, thefts have gone up. These gangs going around with their organized have gone up. All that shit's gone up.
Yeah.
And it kind of sucks. So luckily when I go over to her place, I park in her garage. So I said, fuck it, I'm not in the street anymore. Because now they just started hitting windows in her complex. Forget the street. They're hitting windows and cars during the day in her complex, during the day. Because again, they case the area. They go, oh look, this area's pretty dead this time of day. No one's even gonna, because the neighbors don't talk. It's a typical thing of like isolation. You know, it's all townhouses, but nobody talks.
Yeah.
And so if you're in, you're isolated. You don't see what's outside. You have double pane glass. You don't hear noise outside. You know, you're in there watching your TV or playing your computer or whatever, and then you go somewhere and you leave. So there's very little interaction with the outside, and they know this when they come walking through. You know, And so even one time she left her garage door open, and one of her folding chairs disappeared. Some fucker came by and stole the folding chair. I'm like, you got to be kidding me! And it wasn't a light one; it's one of those that has padding on it.
If it ain't nailed down.
Yeah. And I had that problem in my old apartment in a different part of Mountain View when I'd leave stuff in my carport because I had no room for them upstairs, and it wasn't that valuable. And just to kind of keep it from being too nasty looking, I put a big old tarp over it. Also keep some of the dust off and stuff.
Yeah.
Well, they started rummaging through that stuff pretty soon. I noticed stuff was missing. And I told the cops, I said, well, it's not nailed down. You leave it outside. That's the way it goes. And I'm like, yeah, I know, but just so you know. And I saw these little fuckers on bicycles. They hire these kids to drive through and check the place out. Because the kid on a bicycle, who's going to think anything of it, right?
Yeah.
And they come through the cases or whatever they can grab, they'll grab, but they'll generally just go tell somebody else. Come in, grab a bunch of shit, and leave.
Yeah.
And it got so bad one time, I was preparing for a Yosemite trip, and I was getting my camping stuff ready, and I had my telescope loaded in the car and everything, but everything was locked up. But I left a couple bags of stuff under the stairs, way out of the way of anyone's view and stuff, but I forgot about those little fucking kids on the bikes.
Yeah.
So I came back after, like, I don't know, 20-minute trip down to the store to grab a few more things before I left. And someone had already gone through the little bags I had in under the stairs and had, like, some, like, color filters for looking at the moon and stuff.
Yeah.
It was like, I don't know, $30 or something like that. But the little fucker stole that. And it's like, what are you guys going to do with that? First of all, who's going to buy that on the street? It's moon filters. Yeah. You guys got a bunch of people with a certain kind of telescope that take the moon filters. But anything that looks remotely interesting, they'll just take. You know.
Yeah, I mean, you hear about people losing their lawnmowers and stuff like that. But there's a couple of roads over from me. The next door was telling us that this woman walked out into her garden one morning and her shed was gone. The whole shed. It was just a couple of paving steps left on the lawn where the shed used to be.
Oh, damn.
Just a wooden shed, you know. It's all like,
yeah.
You know.
That's nuts.
Yeah. But I was going, how the hell did they nick that without anybody hearing it?
Well, we had, when I used to work at the zoo, there's a museum attached to it. And during the pandemic, they rebuilt the whole thing, so it's a totally different place now. But they used to have the little front desk where you go in and sign in for your classes or go look at the museum or go all the way around and go to the zoo in the back. So they always had this donation box in the front. And it's obvious. It's right in front. It's fairly heavy because it had a little bit of weight in the bottom of it, but also all the donations didn't get taken out all the time. So it was heavy from the money in there, coins and some bills and stuff. And one day they decided, well, we're going to open the side door for this other exhibit, so we're going to move it over just a little bit more toward the sides out of the way of the traffic. And the front desk ladies, you get comfortable. You don't think about, I better watch that donation box, because it was literally there for like 10 years, untouched. And one day, somebody must have, probably a couple big kids or maybe an adult, grabbed it, ran out the side door with it before anyone noticed it. Could have been a half hour, could have been longer.
Yeah.
People go, where's the donation box? I don't know. What? So then he decided to say, all right, fine, we'll make a fun new donation box that looks like a robot, made out of metal, with these big-ass feet, heavy as hell. You got to have a couple big adults that want to steal this sucker, right?
Yeah.
And it was never messed with since, but they tempted, because they always left a certain amount of money in there to attract people. And occasionally you see kids trying to use a paper clip extended to try and fish out money. And she'd have to yell at them. But no one ever thought of stealing it outright.
Yeah.
And it was probably maybe like $200 in there. It wasn't a lot of money, right? But some asshole huffed it out of there with the big old box. Just crazy.
Yeah. Wow.
What are you going to do with it,
Yeah. Well, sometimes people are desperate enough, aren't they?
Well, this wasn't even during tough times. This is,
Yeah.
This is when things were booming. This is mid-90s, something like that. Things are doing very well here, from what I remember.
Maybe not for everybody, though.
No, that's true, but it's certainly not as bad as this now for everybody, right? right?
Yeah.
With the homelessness and, like I said, all the break-ins and, you know, for the most part, these break-ins are just, they're not, you know, they're not like robbing people. They're just burglars. They don't want any interaction at all. Which is weird that they started hitting these places during the day, because that means they clearly cased the entire place, knowing they could do it without any interaction whatsoever. Because in like New York City or something like that, you just see some guy come up, break a window, and he doesn't give a shit. A car alarm could be going off. There's some tough folks on the streets there, right? But you know, not in a little community that's quiet and stuff. You know, that people would freak out and call the cops immediately.
Yeah.
But so clearly, and this is why I always tell, you know, my girlfriend and other people I know, like, when you have people come over, you know, not only don't have too many people in general come over to do work at your place, whatever it is, but also realize they're probably casing your joint just because. They may never tell anybody, they may never act on it, but if you have anything that caught their eye, you're on a list. And it's pretty easy to break in some of these places, you know. If you...
Well, the one thing I think I've found has been the best deterrent ever was having 4 dogs.
Yeah.
And before that,
some people are deathly afraid of dogs, no matter what. So.
Yeah. And Nellie likes to make it known that nobody's allowed near the house.
That's funny.
Yeah, she makes enough racket to wake the dead. So.
There's it reminds me of the. You ever see the old Far Side single panel comic from the newspaper from a long time ago? They rerun them on Facebook once in a while and other places.
Yeah.
It's this guy Gary Larson. He did mostly stuff based on like science and nature and other stuff, and it was just like wacky depictions of fun things. And he had a great one. It was someone's yard with a tree and a little sign in front, and some guy's walking by, and it says "Beware of Doug." and you see a tree and some guy kind of peeking behind the tree. So,
beware of the Doug.
Yeah, it was pretty good.
No, cool
but
stuff.
Dogs are a great deterrent. I mean, I mean, my girlfriend is terrified of dogs. I know a lot of people who are terrified of dogs. I'm like, I grew up around dogs, so even though I got bitten by dogs growing up and bitten by bobcats at the zoo and, you know, fox and raccoons, all kinds of shit, I'm not afraid of any of these animals. But some people are deathly afraid of a dog, even without any interaction whatsoever.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
It happens. No, it does happen. Yeah.
I understand snakes. Like, we had snakes, people were deathly afraid of that. But,
I
hold on 1 second. I got a call. Just, let me mute real quick here.
Oh,
hold on
man.
1 second.
Very sleepy husky.
Well, my friend finally called me, so I'm going to go grab a bite, and then I'm going to do a couple errands after that. So, thanks for dropping in and stuff. It's been cool, man. Thanks. I'm glad. I wish you were in under happier circumstances, but.
Yeah, well, yeah. Mind you, it's nearly 3 now, isn't it? So,
Chris is jumping in right on. I'm getting ready to end the stream.
Yeah.
Well, we just say hello to say goodbye then.
Oh.
Don't worry about it. It's all right.
No, that's cool. How you doing?
All right, yeah. How's Kent doing? How's your setup doing? Is it set up?
It's getting there.
This is version 2 this year, isn't it?
I think so far this year, yeah. I think this is going to be it, though.
It's only February. Hello.
Yeah.
But I honestly think this is going to be it. I'm really.
You got good vibes about it.
Everything seems to be right.
We can do version by month. So 2 is February, then March will be version 3, and then.
Holy shit.
Well, it seems like some I move stuff, something packs up, like the hydrosynth last night, you know, where every eighth note, every eighth note had.
You've not had much luck with your hydrosynth, have you?
No, I think that's.
Wait, actually, no. Tell a lie. You have. You've had bad luck with your hydrosynth.
Yeah, I don't think there's had much go wrong with it, but it's all the other stuff like that bloody Maris Bliss 1978 thing.
Oh yeah, Chase Bliss thing, yeah.
Yeah, I mean that's all it's done is sat there. I mean, like, what?
He just died on you.
Yeah, well, there was a lot of popping and thumping going on. I thought it was tofu, but it wasn't. It was this reverb.
Was it unused but left on the whole time?
Well, it was on, admittedly.
Yeah.
While the studio was on, it's on. But then
Yeah.
so the 80s, you know, in the 80s, 50 odd, you know. So,
Yeah.
and the Bliss thing is about, what, 6 months old?
Oh, well. There you go.
Well, all that SMT stuff, it's not built to last, unfortunately. It doesn't seem like.
That's what it feels like, I must admit. It does feel like that.
You got to wonder, too, because how could something be that small and still have some of the SMTs power-based, right? So how can it dissipate heat properly and have a long life?
Yeah.
Well, if it's
Does size help with that stuff? I mean, doesn't it help being a bigger item?
Well, I don't know, because, I mean, the SMT stuff, it normally works at lower current.
Yeah.
Lower voltage, so it doesn't generate the same amount of heat as the original unit would. You know,
Right.
with her big, dirty, great big washing machine power supply in it. You know what I mean?
But because of that, is it less tolerant of shifts and stuff if something's wrong?
I don't know. I really don't know. It maybe what it is that things are rushed when they're built these days. It's all about get the units out, get the units sold, you know, get them out, get them done, and people don't take the actual assembly time isn't treated with the same importance that it used to be. Maybe that's what it is. You know,
these days,
getting the units out and getting it done, getting it sold.
There you go.
You know, so it's all rushed. I mean, a lot of the stuff that I did buy that I've had problems with have always been like those sort of like early bird purchases. You know, before the design has been properly established.
Oh, like a Kickstart type thing.
Kickstarters are a classic example. I mean, Ty will tell you about a lot of stuff that he's bought on Kickstarter that he wished he'd never had.
Hey, this thing's great.
But, you know, it seems to be. I just get a little bit of bad luck in it. But there again, that SL88, that just packed up. And the Pro 3, which had gone the week before.
I've heard about newer sequential stuff being a bit dodgy, and Waldorf stuff being a bit crap as well.
Yeah.
They're not exactly cheap, are they? But they are a bit crap.
Yeah, well, I mean that Pro 3.
You can mind about Behringer, right? But I
yeah.
don't know. I've been all right with Behringer so far.
I was a bit miffed about the whole support thing from Sequential, I must admit, which was sort of like, oh, well, we don't sell boards, we don't sell parts, and we don't do this, that, and the other. We'll give you a list of repair stations near you.
Because I am a repair station, you fucking idiot.
Well, the thing was, the list they gave me, I'm fucking on it.
Well, yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Okay.
I'll just have a word with myself then.
I'm going, oh, how did they get the parts? Because I was going, yeah, maybe I'll just go, oh, yes, it's KSR here. Can you send me a board, please?
I think Jamie of GeoSims, I think he had 3 different Waldorfs because they just kept failing. I mean, if you've had 3, I'll go, I'm done. Have it back. I'll have my money back.
Yeah.
You can't make a fucking Sims that lasts. So you can get
I'll have a change of manufacturer, thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it's like the Blofeld's a classic example, that the damn encoders on there. Everything looks nice about it, and it sounds great, but they're famous for having encoders that don't track well.
Yeah,
they wear out.
It's like
I mean, wear out. Or
brand new. I had a brand new Blofeld module, and it immediately had encoder problems. Like, what the fuck? This is not like a Yamaha SU700. This is a brand new item.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, you know, I suppose a lot of different keyboards have a weak spot in them somewhere, but it's just that the weak spots seem to, instead of like, you know, the weak spots that were in the Memory Moog or in the Prophet Fiber 2s or whatever, sort of manifested after a few years. You know, not a few months, like we're getting today.
It's like that new Teenage Engineering KO2 with the problem with the fader, that because Teenage Engineering decided in their infinite wisdom it will be a cool, fun-packed, interesting, wonderful idea to send out the new unit, and you have to sort of assemble the knobs on it, and by assembling the knobs on it, all the fader. It's like, why don't you
do? I didn't need assembly
in the factory and then send it to me? Why do I have to assemble it? It's stupid. And their fix wasn't to fix it. Their fix was to put a little shroud around the fader stalk so it didn't get knocked in packaging. You still have to put the fucking knob on. It's like, we haven't really fixed your own problem, have you? You've just mitigated the packaging and shipping. You still can break the fader by trying to put the knob on that doesn't fit on properly. It's a really tight fit. You have to really press it to put it on. I've seen loads of people who've bought KO2s and they've basically gone like, I ain't doing that. I'll leave it without the knob on. It's like, but that's just fucking shit designed, isn't it? Yeah. Teenage engineering, not 2-year-old engineering. Bullshit. Great idea as a product, don't get me wrong, but sort your fucking manufacturer out. Fuck's sake.
Yeah, because I mean, teenage engineering is supposed to be about design.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
I mean, that's
physical great ideas.
Yeah. Yes, well, this costs 14 times more than anything else in the same bracket because it's designed. You know, so you.
Well, it's the same with Apple for a long time. Apple finally got a little more realistic with pricing, but Apple is always overpriced on stuff
Apple's
because of the design.
So you both got Macs, haven't you? Have you got a Mac mouse?
Oh yeah.
Must be an idiot.
I have mouse. I have Magic 1 and 2 mouse. The 2 has that design with the charging thing below it.
Oh yeah, you can't use it while you
can't use it while it's charging.
How fun was that? That's
genius. Yeah.
A genius. Yeah. Yeah.
No, I just went rubbish. I didn't get the mouse.
I like the Magic Mouse. It's cool, but that Magic Mouse 2 thing killed me.
Remember the little knob mouse? A tiny little, rather than
little with tiny wheel.
Yeah, fucking load of shit.
It's fine when it works, but it gets clogged easily with dust.
I unplugged it when I bought a Microsoft mouse. Fucked it off. Stupid.
I'm still using like a PC keyboard with my studio.
I've got a PC keyboard with a number pad on it.
You know, all that sort of thing.
The only problem is on older Macs, you had to have, you wanted a power button on the keyboard and certain things that were Mac only. But these days, it's not such a big deal. So.
I don't care. My Windows button is my Apple button, so I don't give a fuck.
The command button, yeah. Right.
Yeah, whatever. Yeah. I know. I won't buy. I've had loads of Mac or Apple keyboards. They just die. They're just rubbish.
The really funny mouse was the one that came with the G3. Did you ever see that one?
Oh, the round one. Yeah, my mate had that.
And if you didn't know what you were doing, which orientation does it go in, right?
Yeah.
So at one point they sold a third-party shroud that went over it that tapered it and gave it a body, so you knew what way to hold it.
God's sake.
Way to fix it.
That was designed like a lot of their stuff. There's a local Palo Alto firm that did a lot of their industrial design. So you can't blame Apple for all of that, but you can blame them for accepting it.
They decided to choose them and say yes. They're fucking idiots.
That's what I mean. Their acceptance it's gate kept by several steps, right? And so if you have a wacky design,
that's pretty. That'll help sell it. It's like, can you use it though? Oh, don't worry about using it. I'm only having it so we can sell it. Like,
now, to be fair, I've used the round one many times and didn't have a problem with it. But the average person is just clueless, right? So you have to. That's why they had a single button mouse forever, because they didn't want to make it complicated.
Right hand click.
People, Because when he added the third mouse wheel button thing, that totally fucked people's heads over. And if you have a CAD mouse for 3D stuff in CAD, which has like 5 or 6 buttons on it, people have a meltdown.
Buttons on it,
yeah. The average person goes, "Oh my god, what do I do with all these
I'm
buttons?"
overwhelmed. What do I do?
Yeah,
crazy.
So anyway.
So, for lightweight, I've got, what's that bloody thing called? It's a big metal thing.
Yeah, I've got one. Space Max.
Round?
It's round.
Spaceball. I have a Spaceball.
Yeah.
No, this was
Space Mouse is what it is. What you've got? I've got one.
Oh, I have that too. Yeah, that Magellan Puck. You ever have one of those Magellans?
Really heavy, aren't they?
Yeah, it's big, heavy. It doesn't move around, but you have this centre bit.
You lean on it. You go forwards, backwards, and left, right, and up.
Yeah, it's 6 degrees of freedom control. 3D.
Yeah. You can orbit your object, basically.
Yeah.
I
like the Spaceball. That was fun. It's like a racket ball on your thing. I have
they weren't cheap. They were like 300 quid.
Yeah.
They were fucking expensive, they were.
God, I used to be able to fly around modeler and layout with that thing.
Well, you could even hook it up to Google Earth and do a 3D flyover of Earth, which is pretty cool.
Yeah.
When I bought my, that's how long ago it was. When I bought my Spaceball, it came with a demo, an unlocked 6-month demo of Keyhole Pro, which suspiciously looks just like Google Earth because they bought Keyhole Pro and put their name on it.
Yeah, we're talking about things that could be designed better and things that fail. I mean, on the plus side, it gives us something to talk about, doesn't it? So it's not all bad.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Well, the funny thing about the
Conversation styles, there's nothing else.
The Spaceball thing is they had plugins for Microsoft Office. So you could go into an Excel spreadsheet and zoom all the way into like 5-6 cells, like giant on screen, and pull on the mouse and go back to 64,000 cells.
Or just have 2 monitors and have 2 different views.
Yeah. It was kind of funny though. They try to think it's a workflow device. Like, not really for spreadsheets. No one's gonna.
Not really, no. Yeah. If it's a sale though, eh?
Hey, I had fun with it. It made me laugh, but I only did it once, so
Yeah.
But my 3D tools of choice, unfortunately, never had plugins for those fucking third-party controllers, so I could never use them in the tools I preferred.
Yeah.
My main 3D tool was Studio Max.
Yeah, I wasn't using that. I had it, but I just, at one point I had cracked everything.
Oh, I had Inspire 3D, which is like Lightwave Light, and I've got 3ds Max, and I bought Lightwave 7, and I bought Modo, and I bought ZBrush.
Yeah, I remember Modo. ZBrush.
And then currently, I've still got Max installed, a lot 2017 version.
You ever use Softimage, or is that too old?
I looked at Softimage. I went down to London to SGI. They had like an open day, and they had all the apps, and you could like try them all. So they had Softimage was down there, Maya was down there, Lightwave was there, Max was there, and you just go around different stands, try them all out. Because I was like, undecided, and then like Maya was like really good, but fucking $6,500 as a starter pack.
Yeah,
like, maybe.
Well,
and then
a lot of those are just too much.
Yeah, I went to the Max guy and said, "Well, Maya's pretty good. It could do this, this, and this." Oh right, yeah. We can do all that as well, and we can do it live, and we can hit animate. I could animate it at the same time, and I'll just show you how to do it. It's like, I'll be buying Max then. Fuck, it's just amazing, really cool.
Yeah.
I mean, really clunky on a couple of things, but very logical. It clicked with my brain of how
they've been around forever,
so it would work.
Yeah.
You
ever try Houdini?
No, I'm not very good at
Houdini's nuts.
Yeah, it is nuts, but it's not.
Lightweight. I was going to buy another one because the last one I bought was 12, I think, or 10. I can't remember.
Yeah. My last Lightwave is 10. I've still got 10.
So I went to their website and I'm going, it should get updated, get back into this, and you can't buy it anymore. It's subscription only.
No, you can buy it.
You can buy it.
Yeah. The 2023 one's out now. They've got a new website. So NewTek sold it to another company, and then a Lightwave studio in London bought Lightwave. They own Lightwave now, so there's a new version out.
Can you make NewTek sold it? Like, what?
Well, NewTek's got out of business, so they sold.
Yeah.
NewTek didn't sell it. NewTek got sold. The whole of NewTek got sold.
Wow.
Yeah. They basically cashed out. They've been and done their thing. The main guy, Tim Jensen, wanted to retire, so he retired. Right, sold the company off. People get old. They want to go like, I've done really well. I just want to sit back and relax. Basically, set a studio up, and then the next month, set it up again. That's what I want to do.
And if you really wanted to torture yourself, you guys ever try POV Ray, your command line 3D tools?
No. I tried an early version of Blender. Jesus, that scared the fuck out of me. That is.
It got a lot better, but it was bad for one time.
Do you remember if you did anything with ColDraw? There was a 3D app bundled in with ColDraw at some point called Dream 3D. Was I called it Nightmare 3D? It's fucking awful.
Probably tried it, but I can't remember.
Based on Ray Dream Studio. It's basically.
I used to use Ray Dream.
Yeah.
I used Ray Dream Designer, then Ray Dream Studio, then whatever the hell they called it after that.
Ray Dream Studio is fucking weird. If you wanted to move something, how you moved something?
It's projection.
Yeah. So if you see your model in the middle of your viewport, you see this cross-hatched sort of wall, and the shadow on the wall. You click on the shadow to move it. It's like what? Who thought that was a good idea?
Well, that's all they could do back then.
I know, it's terrible.
Direct model manipulation and all the real-time shit.
Are you kidding? How can you make anything in this fucking stupid program? It almost put me off 3D. So if this is 3D, I'm not interested. You can get fucked.
So Infinity Ray Dream Designer, I always had to work in wireframe, and then click a frame off and go, oh, that sucks. Click a frame off, that sucks. That was how it was.
Cool view.
Yeah. No, I know, but I mean, it wasn't even hidden line wireframe. It was just messy wireframe where you can't see shit, right?
Yeah, for a busy thing, all you see is a big spider's web of what the fuck is it?
You have to totally look at things in a different way. Your brain has to filter all that shit out, and it's not fun.
Yeah.
So,
3D was
how those guys did the old Babylon 5 stuff like that so quickly, I'll never understand it, because they were working with previews like that too.
Talented people.
And what a nightmare.
I put an Earthforce destroyer into Lightwave in wireframe. I can remember it to this day. Okay, what? What am I looking at?
Yeah, mad, isn't it?
It's a mess.
Good program though. Some parts of Lightwave are really good. That's why I got it. I picked up Lightwave because I got a gig doing a Felix cat food advert, and they wanted this like a drawn sort of cartoony type looking thing. So I did that. That was for their web version of it. You had like a web interface that you could sort of win stuff and whatever. You had to go through, and you had to create a virtual house interior. Then we created the outside. Then we had it snowing when it was winter. It's all done in Lightwave. I tried to do it in Max. It's like the renders are going to be so slow in Max. Thinking this is crazy.
It took a long time to get organics to do characters and stuff. It was a nightmare in Lightwave.
Yeah. With all the characters in this Felix thing I was doing were drawn over the top. So I did the backgrounds, and then when the camera stopped, that turned into just an image. And then on the top of it, they had an animator animating Flash, the cat doing things in the room. So it's really cool. It's a cool little gig. How I got that?
When I used to do IK boning in Lightwave, and the bone system in Lightwave was
not the best.
I think awful would be an understatement.
It's not great. Lightwave, if I was doing a 2-line description of Lightwave, I would say it was really good at flying boxes. So if you're doing an aeroplane, or you're doing a car on a road, or you're doing a
mechanical stuff,
spaceship thing, it's really good at that. Really good at that.
Absolutely. Yeah, it was bloody brilliant. But I mean, the shadow shits were always difficult to do in Lightwave anyway. But
it shipped with a shadow ship, didn't it? You had on one of the demo folders.
Yeah.
Babylon 5.
And trying to do the animation, where you do the X and Y movement texture, and it was like ages trying to get that right. And then when I rendered it all out, you can barely see the movement. barely there. I'd needn't have bothered. I could have just left the print on it. It wouldn't have mattered. Because my computer was incapable of getting it anywhere near 1040 or anything like that. It's like, no, forget it, mate.
You should have just rendered in green and used a chroma key to get the effects, right?
I like the camera in Lightwave. I like the camera. How the camera worked, I like.
Yeah.
I thought that was really good. And you only realise it's good when you're in other applications and you go, how come it's not like the fucking Lightwave camera? That's really easy. One, just to like move around in it, and two, to actually animate as a camera to like fly through a scene. That was like, this is how I would hope it would be in all programs, and it's not the case.
Yeah.
Like some of the cameras in some programs, like, are you kidding me? And you cost 4 times as much.
Because I used to always use the Panavision 70mm all the time. And
well, you could literally say, what camera have you got, which is really good. And some other programs that are really expensive ones, you had the camera. That's it. Lightwave, you said, well, if you're trying to match a plate shot to a real camera, pick the fucking camera. It's in the list. We got it. It's like, oh, that's actually quite useful.
Hey guys, I could talk about this all night, but I got to go meet my friend.
I know, yeah.
All right.
Sorry, I got to cut it off. So
yeah, that's okay.
All right, good times, everybody. Thank you.
Yes,
Cool.
bye.
See ya.
Bye.
Cool bus rate.
Bye. Get some sleep, Kent.
I will.
Oh, God, yeah.
All right, bye.
Take
Bye,
care,
everybody.
everyone. Bye-bye.